let's take a look also of what the NIA is up to. What are the initial probe details that India today has accessed? The terrorists, and this is as per eyewitnesses, accounts and videos that have surfaced. I want to take you through one by one, or what are some of the details that we have accessed. Now, there were clearly multiple terrorists, the number ranging from 4 and more. 2 terrorists, according to the eyewitnesses and survivors, were wearing track pants, track suits. 2 terrorists wore traditional garb, traditional ferens that Kashmiris are known to wear. Now, this is important. Remember, this is also because they may be Pakistan-sponsored terrorists, they may be Pakistani terrorists, but they've been in those jungles for some days now. So it was also an attempt to not get noticed, to appear to be mixing in with the local Kashmiri population. That is possibly why they were in the traditional feren. Remember that at least 3 terrorists confirmed to have gunned down the tourists. There could be a number more than that. That's what the investigators are looking at. Videos, photographs, any crucial evidence that the investigators can possibly have will add on to not just the timeline, but of course to be able to nab them. Terrorists, according to all eyewitnesses, remember, from across the country who our reporters have been speaking with, have said that the tourists were segregated, Hindus and Muslims. They were asked to recite the Islamic verses like the Kalma. Most of them expectedly failed the test and then were fired at point-blank range on the head in front of their mother, wife and children. 2 terrorists also shot fleeing tourists. This is very important. The terrorists knew that the tourists do not have a place to hide or seek shelter. They will run towards the gate. There were terrorists already at the gate as well. That is the level of recce that was done. Casualties primarily were at the temporary stalls. Remember, this is not a very developed area. It takes a trek to reach Baisuran. So there were temporary tea and bhel puri stalls. The initial eyewitness accounts also said they were just enjoying a plate of bhel puri, sipping a cup of chai when these terrorists barged in. And some of the terrorists, of course, then managed to jump the boundary wall and flee. 25 eyewitnesses have been recorded, and more details that are coming in on this. My colleague Arvind Ojha is joining me. Arvind, tell us more about the questioning that is being done of these 25 and more.
देखिए पूजा सब दूरी पॉसिबल है कि चौथा भी हो, लेकिन 3 की फिगर पिक्चर अब NIA के पास है। नंबर 1, नंबर 2, एग्जिट गेट से पहली फायरिंग होती है और एग्जिट गेट से जो टेररिस्ट है वो एंटर करता है, जबकि एंट्री गेट से 2 टेररिस्ट एंटर करते हैं और ये प्लान का हिस्सा था, क्योंकि जब एग्जिट गेट से फायरिंग होती है लोग।
Arvind, आपका ऑडियो में थोड़ा इश्यू है। I'll come back to you in just a minute. I just want to take you through this video as Arvind joins us again. Remember, about 25 individuals who have been, at least these are accounts that have been recorded, but there will be many more. The NIA, remember, the teams that are on the ground are also speaking to the local residents. The chai seller there, the bhel puri tea stall owners, the poniwalas, all of them will also be questioned. And this is not just about suspicion. This is about eyewitnesses. They are locals. They'll possibly have more information on what exactly happened. Any information would be of assistance here. Sketches have been released. We have put out AI-generated images. There are 20 lakh rupees cash reward that has been put out as much. If anyone has any information and can contact the local police and more. But remember, because our colleagues have consistently been tracking about the strategy at play here of how the NIA is going ahead, because NIA is a very crucial responsibility. They need to piece together a timeline. They need to find out what happened. And as Arvind returns with us now, Arvind, जैसा कि आप बता रहे हैं, और ये सवाल भी मैं आपसे पूछूंगी, समझना बहुत जरूरी है कि टी सेलर को, पोनी वालास को, जो लोकल्स हैं अभी वहां पर, उनको किस मद्देनजर रखते हुए जो NIA की टीम्स है वो अब क्वेश्चन कर रही हैं, स्पेशली इस ऑपरेटर को जिसको बुलाया गया है इस वीडियो के बाद।
जी बिल्कुल, देखिए मुजम्मिल को क्वेश्चन कर रही है एनआईए की टीम। जो एनआईए के ऑफिशियल हैं उन्होंने इंडिया टुडे को ये बताया है कि अभी तक उसकी कोई डायरेक्ट इन्वॉल्वमेंट नहीं लग रही है, लेकिन जब गोली चल रही थी उस दौरान उसने जिप से जो गुजरात के भट्ट साहब है उनको आखिर क्यों छोड़ा, इसको लेकर वो अलग अलग स्टेटमेंट दे रहा है। इस वजह से जो क्वेश्चनिंग है वो अभी लगातार जारी रहेगी। उसके अलावा जो घोड़े वाले वहां पर होते हैं, बाकी जो टी शेलर, जो वहां पर भेलपुरी वाले हैं, कुल मिलाकर 50 ऐसे लोग हैं जिनसे पहलगाम पुलिस स्टेशन में एनआईए की टीम पूछताछ कर रही है। मकसद दरअसल आपको बताऊं, वो जो इलाका, उस इलाके में कोई सीसीटीवी फुटेज नहीं है। एक एक करके जो वीडियो सामने आ रहे हैं वो वीडियो कहीं ना कहीं बहुत काम आ रहे हैं सिक्योरिटी एजेंसी के लिए, इन्वेस्टिगेशन में बहुत काम आ रहे हैं एनआईए के लिए भी। इस वजह से जो आसपास के लोग हैं, विक्टिम्स, 25 विक्टिम्स के जो स्टेटमेंट है, जो आई विटनेस भी हैं, वो रिकॉर्ड किए गए हैं। लेकिन बाइसरन में जो लोग काम करते हैं उनकी जो इंफॉर्मेशन है वो काफी क्रूशियल होगी इन्वेस्टिगेटिव एजेंसी के लिए। इस वजह से उनका स्टेटमेंट रिकॉर्ड किया जा रहा है। साथ ही साथ क्या वहां पर काम करने वाले किसी की इन्वॉल्वमेंट तो नहीं है, ये भी पता लगाने की कोशिश एजेंसीज कर रही हैं। पूजा,
Arvind Ojha, Mir Fareed, thank you very much for consistently updating us. And remember, I can tell you, these are senior officers of the NIA who are currently on the job. They have experience with regard to Jammu Kashmir, so make no doubt about it, they'll be able to get to the bottom of this. But any evidence right now, any mention, how did the terrorists look like? What did they ask? What was the dialect, tone? What was it about their behavior? Any information that can reach the NIA or the investigators will boost not just the probe, but perhaps to understand how did these terrorists manage to pull off this massacre. And a lot of questions, remember, still unanswered about, despite the security arrangements and all the efforts in the past 5 to 6 years, how was this loophole used by Pakistan terrorists? But this is also a turning point as I move on to our next segment for India, to be able to now make the world aware once and for all about what Pakistan truly is about. India has done it over the years, but this time, at the United Nations, and especially after Pakistan Defense Minister Khwaja Asif making all sorts of bizarre statements, but also, is it honesty, is it slip of tongue? Because he on camera admitted to funding and supporting terror groups over the years. India is ensuring that the world knows about it now. India's Deputy Permanent Representative Yojana Patel labelled Pakistan a rogue state at the UN and said that Pakistan continues to fuel global terror and instability. She was speaking at the Office of Counter-Terror meeting. Here's what Yojana Patel said.
It is unfortunate that one particular delegation has chosen to misuse and undermine this forum to indulge in propaganda and make baseless allegations against India. The whole world has heard Pakistan's Defense Minister Khwaja Asif admitting and confessing Pakistan's history of supporting, training and funding terrorist organizations in a recent television interview. This open confession surprises no one and exposes Pakistan as a rogue state fueling global terrorism and destabilizing the region. The world can no longer turn a blind eye. I have nothing further to add. Thank you.
So remember that speaking to an international channel, Khwaja Asif had earlier said that we are doing the dirty work of the USA, referring to sponsoring, sheltering terror and much worse. I wonder what the USA has to say to that. But that's not it. The Defense Minister, Khwaja Asif, also gave this important statement. He said, an attack by India or an incursion by India appears imminent. This is despite the fact that India hasn't responded in any way with regard to military approach right now. Listen in.
There is a likelihood that India will attempt an incursion in Pakistan and will engage Pakistan militarily. That is a possibility, a very clear and stark possibility. Cannot be ruled out.
And remember, this is at a time Pakistan realizes what it's really dealing with. There have been, as we move on and out of the Kashmir Valley, massive protests have been reported from Pakistan-occupied Jammu and Kashmir, Gilgit-Baltistan and other areas right now. There have been a protest, a massive protest, in fact, I would say unprecedented in days really for Pakistan with regard to mines and minerals bill. The locals are opposing the military control of the natural resources in Gilgit-Baltistan, which is heavy when it comes to natural resources. And there's been protest earlier as well, but the numbers in which people have come out to protest is massive, to say the least. Pakistan Army has been accused of illegally grabbing the land. The Pakistan Army has been accused of exploiting natural minerals. There's clearly an expected anger because, remember, the China-Pakistan corridor will likely go through this route. China is investing heavily. There have been attacks in the region as well, but we are looking at how more and more people, and remember, for Pakistan, it's not easy to be protesting against their military, yet the people are coming out on the streets on that. And that's why I want to take you now to the anti-Pakistan uprising in Gilgit-Baltistan and Pakistan-occupied Jammu Kashmir. Protests are erupting in different parts of Pakistan right now, or should I say Pakistan-occupied regions. This is apart from, remember, how the Baloch people have been consistently for years raging against Pakistan military and their oppressive presence. The unrest highlights a deep-seated anger over economic deprivation, military control and human rights violations. As public clearly rises against Pakistan establishment, intelligence inputs have revealed that Pakistan Army is even vacating some of the known terror launch pads. Terrorists are now reportedly being shifted to other areas, and don't be surprised if these are army-controlled bunkers even for the terrorists and their groups. Amid all of this, remember, the role of military under General Asim Munir has been in question. The developments expose a growing internal rift and increasing pressure on the military, on the establishment and more. A nation dealing with its own created mayhem.